Yo, what is poppin', y'all? Welcome back to Olive Productions, and today we are going to be doing my 2024 movie rankings video. So I've seen 13 movies inside the movie theater, and I'm going to be going and ranking them all. Uh, these are all going to be spoiler reviews, so if you haven't seen any of these movies, I highly recommend that you leave. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. Okay, so at number 13, I have Kung Fu Panda 4. Now, some of you might think that this is a good movie. I thought, well, all of these movies, first of all, were very entertaining. So, just as long as they're entertaining, they're good in my book. But I'm not really a big Kung Fu Panda fan. The villain was kind of a waste, to be honest. The Chameleon, I think that was her name. Yeah, the Chameleon, not really a good villain in my opinion. But it was cool seeing, Tai Lung back and the rest of the villains. So yeah, I don't really got much to say, so let's go on and move on to number 12. Okay, at number 12, we have Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Now, this movie was pretty good. I actually did enjoy it, other than Kung Fu Panda 4. so, uh, I do like Ghostbusters. I'm a casual Ghostbuster fan, but this one didn't really do it too much for me because, well, first of all, I liked Afterlife a lot better because it was really nostalgic to the very first Ghostbuster movie. And the villain in this movie, Garaka, was barely in it. I mean, he showed up when there was only 30 minutes left in the movie. And Frozen New York was pretty cool. I really liked that, but it just didn't really do it for me. But then again, it was entertaining, so that's all that matters. So let's go on and move on to number 11. All right, number 11, we have the Garfield movie. And this one probably made your eyes wide open, but for me, the Garfield movie didn't really do it too much for me. Well, this one was kind of hard to rank because, well, I thought it was cute. I thought it was a good movie between Garfield and his dad. You know, that father and son bond, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, this movie didn't really do it too much for me. It was good. I love Chris Pratt. He's my favorite actor, but I don't know. There was just something about it that I didn't really enjoy too much like I did for the other ones. But then again, all that matters, as I keep saying, just as long as they're entertaining, they're good. So let's go on and move on to number 10. All right, number 10, the top 10. So, number 10, I have Mufasa the Lion King. Now, this movie was pretty good. I definitely enjoyed it. But the reason why it's kind of low on the list is because it was really, really similar to Transformers 1. And the reason why for that is because it's two brothers, they have a fight, and then one becomes the hero, one becomes the villain, and stuff like that. But this movie was cute. I enjoyed it. I liked The Lion King, the live action one. Well, the one they made in 2019 was pretty good. But there were some parts in the movie that kind of threw me off. That were like, oh, this is actually kind of boring. Nobody cares about this part. That kind of stuff. But it was good. It made the top 10. So let's go ahead and move on to number 9. All right, at number 9, we have Despicable Me 4. This was also a good movie, but there are, like I said, a bunch of these movies I kind of have the same opinion about, but I just have to just rank them in that kind of spot. Like there's a movie better than this movie or this one. But this movie was good. I thought Maxime Lamal was a pretty underrated villain in the Despicable Me franchise. Like him kidnapping Gru Jr. was not expecting. Well, it kind of was, to be honest, but I was expecting him to go that far and turn him into a cockroach. But it was good. I like seeing all the villains at the end of the movie. When I saw Vector on the screen, I was screaming so, or I wasn't screaming, but I was screaming inside, I should say. And then, of course, I actually watched this movie with my friend Zorar, so me and him were excited when we saw all the villains come back. So, yeah, I have it at number 9. Let's move on to number 8. All right, now I have one that you probably have never heard of, but I'm going to explain it. So, at number 8, I have Unsung Hero. And this movie is about a family that immigrants from Australia to America, and they absolutely lost everything that they had, but of course, God blesses them with all these blessings and help and stuff like that. And of course, I don't know if y'all know, but I am a Christian, and I do listen to For King and Country. They're one of my favorite bands, and they are indeed my favorite Christian band. So when I heard that they were going to have a movie come out, I was like, why not? I'll check it out. And I'm not a sucker for true stories, but this one was really, really good. It had all the drama and stuff like that, and just how God is just he's good. God is good. So yeah, that's all I gotta say for this one. This was a great movie. I highly recommend this one if you want to go see an absolutely amazing true story. So let's move on to number 7. All right, at number 7 is What Can I Say Except You're Welcome. I have Moana 2. This was something else. I mean, Disney sequels are pretty good in my opinion. I mean, some could be good and some can be bad, but after 8 years of the first movie being released, I still like the first one better because the first one is just so nostalgic with all the good songs, and the first one is just so much more nostalgic and it's a lot better in my opinion. But this one is good, don't get me wrong. Uh, I like the villain in this movie. I can't even remember its name. I don't even remember if it was a male or a female, if I'm being honest. But it was good. It kind of scared me because I thought Maui and Moana were going to die, but they didn't. So that's good. I hope that they make one more movie. If they make one more movie, that would be a completed trilogy. And it would just end off the story really well. So let's go ahead and move on to number 6. All right, we're finally getting somewhere. Number 6, we have Transformers 1. This movie was freaking badass, man. I absolutely loved it. Seeing the origin story of Optimus Prime and Megatron was just really emotional. I mean, when he said, "I'm done saving you," and let him drop into that hole, it was like, oh, snap. And then, when Megatron was trying to destroy everything, "I am Megatron! Arise." Optimus Prime was just, oh my gosh, that was absolutely amazing. So, good origin story. Like I said earlier, this was really similar to Mufasa, but of course Transformers 1 gets all the credit here. So, Transformers 1 is at 6, and now let's move on to the top 5. Alrighty, starting off the top 5, we have Venom: The Last Dance. Now, this movie was really, really emotional for me. Venom dying was actually hit me pretty hard. When they were playing Maroon 5 Memories, I was on the edge of crying just a smidge, but it was emotional. I really wish we would have seen Noel a little bit more. But Sony, why would you introduce Noel if you're not going to ever use him again? But he was cool. I like seeing all the symbiotes and Venom and Eddie getting their last movie together. We really got a Venom trilogy before anything else. These movies are literally what carry the entire Sony universe. So it has to go in the top 5. So now let's go on to number 4. Alright, at number 4 we possibly have the biggest movie of the summer, and that is Inside Out 2. And if you watch my channel back in the summer, which I'm assuming the viewers here in this video have or haven't, but if you have, I was obsessed with this movie in the summer. I absolutely loved it. I've seen it twice actually. And I'm actually a huge fan of Inside Out. I love the first movie. I remember going to my grandma's house and watching that movie all the time. So seeing this brought so much nostalgia. And yeah, this was actually supposed to be at 3, but it got dethroned by this next movie. So let's go on to that movie, which is number 3. Alright, at number 3 we have Let's Fucking Go. Yes, sir, we got Deadpool and Wolverine. Of course, this movie was a masterpiece. Loved it. The cameos were awesome. I mean, we got Chris Evans, Human Torch. Ooh, you know how long I've been waiting for this? Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself here. We got Gambit, we got Blade, we got Elektra, we got X-23. All the cameos were awesome in this movie. Of course, Baby Bye 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 was probably the best part of the entire movie, so this is why it's in the top 3. I loved it. So yeah, let's go on to number 2, which is actually a recent movie. And at number 2, we have Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Oh my gosh. Definitely one of the best movies of the entire year. I know some of y'all think that this movie is absolutely mid, but no, this movie is not mid. It is amazing. Shadow is amazing. Seeing the 2 Eggmen were kind of goofy, but they were fun. But we got to talk about those post-credit scenes. So if anybody still has not seen Sonic 3, I will be getting into spoilers, so you better leave. But man, Metal Sonic and Amy, you gotta be kidding me, man. That was just... I was screaming in my seat when those 2 came up on the screen. When all the Metal Sonics came up against Sonic, and then Amy started, like, bam, 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 with her hammer. revealed herself. Amazing. And then we all even got to see that Shadow was still alive. So Sonic 4, Metal Sonic is the villain and Shadow can get his redemption. We will see. But now let's move on to my best movie of the year, which I'm assuming y'all know because I haven't even mentioned it on this list. And at number 1, yep, that's right, I have Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire. Oh, I have been waiting for this sequel for 3 years, ever since Godzilla x Kong released in 2021. I have been waiting to see what they were going to cook up next, and they cooked. They cooked, and we ate good. So, Godzilla turning pink was the best part. I know he was in it for like 9 minutes, but I don't care. I love Godzilla. I've loved Godzilla for 10 years now. So, seeing him pink was awesome. Him and Kong teaming up. Of course, Kong was cool, but I'm a Godzilla nerd, so I'm all in it for Godzilla. Kong was good. Shimo was awesome. Scar King was actually a pretty good villain. Of course, he had personality and stuff like that. He was pretty menacing, but of course he was being carried by Shimo. So, Scar King was good. Seeing Mothra back was awesome. And the Brazil fight, probably the best fight in the entire MonsterVerse. So, I'm really excited for 2027 to see what they're going to cook up next. And I'm praying that it's a Godzilla-centered movie because I love Kong, but we need more Godzilla. Come on, Legendary. Give us more Godzilla stuff. But other than that, that is my 2024 movie ranking list, and I hope you all have enjoyed. Comment down below what your favorite movie of 2024 was, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.